Hey, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute since I've been around, but I tested Gaahhleri's newest paint line called Kaleido colors, and I painted this little K car in their pink, and I think it's a pretty good paint, and I'll give you the reasons later on in the video, who I think it's good for and what I think it's good for. So enjoy the video. Okay, so for today's experiment, we're going to be using the Gaahleri Premium Mobius TG airbrush. This is a 0.5 needle, and I'm spraying at 20 PSI. I'm going to be using Kaleido Desert Rose. This is a pinky orange color, and I'll be using thinner and airbrush cleaner. So the recommended mix for this paint is 3 parts paint, 1 part thinner. So I'll give this a good shake. I'm going to guesstimate 3 to 1. Put it in here. And I'm gonna backwash it to mix it. Just real easy. Of course, we'll do a spoon test first to make sure that the paint is properly thinned. You click on the fan here. Now the beauty of this airbrush is you can shoot mist coats like I'm doing right now. And then later on you can go to a much wetter, this is half throttle. Or you can go full blast. So I think we got a good mix. It's got a good shine to it. It levels out really nice. So what are you going to paint, James, besides spoons? I prepped a K car. This is a Daihatsu Lisa. And it mounted on a Tamiya can. And yeah, I just did the basic prep to it. And we are going to paint it pink. Nice mist coat everywhere. Overlapping my coats. Set up for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. Let's put a medium coat on it now. It's been a few minutes, and now we're going to put on a wet coat. This will be the last coat. Well, I may have overdone it. See if we can sop up this little corner here. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I put too much paint. It's literally dripping off the sides. Oh shit. You guys saw it. It was literally dripping off. So I took it right over to the sink and I rinsed it. I rinsed the paint. And it rinsed like the top layer right off of it. And I'm left with a base layer. So, what the hell? I'm gonna shoot more paint on it. This time I'm not gonna bit it. We'll see what happens. Here goes nothing. I'll do it a little easier this time. Texture going on. So I'm going to try and flow it out again. Out a little bit. That looks better. Just got a little bit of texture to it, but I'm going to let it be because I think we can polish that on. Okay, so there's still some paint left in the airbrush. You can't put it back in the bottle, so just spray it out. I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe out the cup as best I can. Much clean. So I'll throw some cleaner. Agitate it. it's nice and clear. It's back on. Put the pointy end through. Never use a solvent like alcohol or acetone or lacquer thinner with this paint because it's all about inside the airbrush. Only water-based stuff. Alright, so last night I painted the base coat, and today, this morning, I put decals on. And so we're going to use acrylic varnish gloss. This is their gloss clear coat. So I don't think I'm going to thin it this time. I think I'm just going to try it straight out of the gun. I shook it up really good. Let's see what happens. And see how it comes out. Pretty predictable, just like the paint itself goes on kind of wet looking. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a mist coat first, seal the decals. Alright, let's lay some clear out. Okay, it's been 2 days now, and this is the finish that we have. You can see it's a little bit cloudy. I got a dusty right here, a little cloudy. Look at here, this is a mess. This is where the decal glue got left behind on the body. I didn't even realize it, because when I shot the paint, you didn't see that at all. But when it dried, ugh. Back's a little cloudy, and same thing on this side, even worse actually. So we'll do our best. I'm gonna start with 6000 grit wet, and I don't know how this is gonna react because this is water-based paint and it's been 2 days. So let's hope for the best. Try and knock down that dusty. feel it with the pad. I mean, it's pretty smooth, but you know, with that dust spot in it, can't really keep that. I think it's about gone now. And I'll just lightly go over the rest of it here. Let's take a tissue and wipe it smooth here and see what we're left with here. Not bad. You can see I got a couple little spots, little low spots, so I'll work those out. Okay, so I have worked it over with the 6000 grit and got rid of most of, maybe I worked that a little more, but I got rid of most of that line. I think this side was the worst. Yeah. So the next step is I've got a polishing wheel here. Tamiya finish, Tamiya fine. I think there's not much to it. I'm just gonna go finish. Work it in a little bit. And then I'm gonna use number 2 speed. I'm just going to work the polish into it, nice and slow. So I got a pretty good shine out of the compound. Not going to win best paint with this one, but yeah, it'll still be cool. Besides, who's going to vote for a little pink K car anyways for best paint? So we're going to use ceramic compound, and I'm going to work it in by hand instead of by machine. Just keep rubbing it until it's, and I'm just barely touching. So I'm really just polishing now. I'm not buffing out anything anymore. Okay, I'm all done with the ceramic compound. It's got a nice shine to it, except for that spot there. Hey, but anyways, now I'm gonna throw on coating polymer, and this is like a ceramic coating. and this will protect the finish from getting fingerprints and stuff on it. So I'm going to work this in with the cloth as well. And with that, I'm calling it done. This is a nice shine, considering this is a paint that I'm not used to using yet. You saw me apply it. You saw me mess up. Yeah, you saw the trials and tribulations that I went through to get this. And it's still thin. You can still see that the panel lines are still there. I didn't fill the panel lines. I can still put the panel liner in there. Even the gas tank, it's still there. This is a very, very thin coat of paint. And but yet it's still very shiny, very deep, very luxurious. Yeah, pretty nice. This is their red. I worked this over with a buffer as well. Here's their green, and I have a little spot right in the middle of that, but I worked this one over with a buffer as well. This is over black primer. This is straight on the spoon, on the white spoon, no primer. And this blue, I never worked it over with the buffer, but this is the finish that I got directly over the primer, no sanding. This is the directly over the spoon surface. So if you were to polish this, it would end up just like this. So I think the secret is you don't need primer. Shoot it right over bare plastic and polish it. One more thing, this is their black primer. I shot it directly over a printed body that I did not sand because I wanted to show, you know, like the Z shift. This is a junk body, but I wanted to show is it sandable? This is a pretty aggressive sandpaper here. And I wanted to see if the primer itself is sandable, or is it almost like a sealer instead. I'm going really at this. So this isn't like a filler sander or filler primer. This is more like a finish primer, I think. Yeah, this is really more like a finish primer. Kind of smooths things out, but doesn't fill. See, it didn't really fill any of the rough surface of the printed part. It's smoother, but you can see like the print, the artifact here. It didn't really fill anything. Focus. You can see it didn't really fill like the artifacts and the print lines and stuff like that here too. So this is, I would call this a finish surfacer versus a filler primer. So maybe like after you've done some primer work and you have smoothed everything out, I think a coat of this primer will even everything out and you'll be ready for a top coat. So there you have it. I've shown you the paints, the clear, the primer, polished it. It polishes very nicely to a nice shine, but you're gonna have to do a little bit of work. It's not the magic bullet that some other YouTubers are showing you. Just all you got to do is spray it and boom, you got to, no. You have to work at it. Just like a lacquer paint job, you have to polish it out to get that great shine that you're looking for. So do I recommend this line of paints to experienced painters who are used to using lacquers and 2K clears? No, this isn't for you. What this paint is for the beginner who is used to using, say, like a Tamiya lacquer out of a rattle can, and you're getting good finishes out of that, but you're stinking up the whole house. This is a good first step for you to take if you're going to start airbrushing. There's little to no stink to this paint line. It's very easy to use, and it's also easy to overdo it, as I showed you in the video. I made it run. So watch your dry times. Make sure that it's flashed over between coats. I also recommend that you get a dehydrator. I let this dry without a dehydrator, and it dried for 2 days before I polished it out here. 1 day after base coat, I put on the decals. So I had like 12 hours after decals before I put on the clear. So if you have that kind of time, go ahead. But if you don't, if you're in a hurry, like I always am, get a dehydrator, throw it in the dehydrator for 30 minutes from what the website says, 30 minutes cured, and you're ready to polish. I know you've seen a lot of different reviews online, and it makes it look really, really easy. It's not easy. It's just a different sort of painting that I'm used to. I'm used to misting my lacquer paints on in 8 to 10 coats, and then 2 thick coats of 2K clear, and I'm done. This takes just a little more finesse. Careful with the clear coats, careful with your base coats, and I think you'll get a good finish. I messed up, but I brought it back from the dead. Even with my little mistake with the glue from the decals, this will never win best paint. But it really wasn't meant to be. This was to show off the shine that you could get if you use this product. If you'd like to purchase Gaahlerie's Kaleido line of paints, there will be a link below in the description, and I'll have a discount code, and you can go and purchase the auto line, the mech line, the basic line, the metal line. There's the whole line, and I think they sell each individual bottle at the same time. I think they're like $2 or $3 a piece. So enjoy the paints, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks. Bye. You still here? Go ahead and order yourself a t-shirt, hit the subscribe button, and watch the next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.